It's official. The teams have been chosen, and today's guest will feature in the main event, representing the infamous Blue Team at the April 22 event. Brezzey chats about his lead-in to his boxing debut, his upbringing and connections to a number of former PCR fighters, and what we can expect from him on the night. Special thanks to Fluent and Triple E Auto Records, who are the major sponsor of today's guest. So please welcome Brezzey the Hitman Hita.
I think she's pretty loose, actually. So
I reckon she's pretty wild. I think she said she's going to go for mayor of Bunbury.
Oh, she could have that place. I've done some work down there.
But
yeah,
it's different.
Yeah, of course. But like, we're only there for Monday to Friday.
Yeah,
and yeah, we seen a cop chase one day. Freaking like something happened the next day. And it was just all happening, you know?
It's pretty loose down there. I don't mind it. It's very different. It's hard to believe it's only like an hour and a half, 2 hours, Drew.
It's like it's 12 hours.
It's a different world. You go down there, you drive in there, the doors just automatically lock.
Yeah.
Because shit's going to go bad.
Yeah.
Mate, let's get on to your sponsors. First up, Fluent. I was actually just finding Fluent. They're a store. Tell me about Fluent.
So they're a family friend. Oh, cousin, sorry. Just followed them for the last 5-6 years, I'm pretty sure.
They're a store on Hay Street in town?
Hay Street, right next to Culture Kings. When he first started off, it was just a little store by Pop Black in Northbridge.
Oh, yeah.
A little 2x1. Yeah. Had 100 pairs of shoes. Now he's got thousands.
Good on him.
The cousin of mine, so just... We've always stayed in touch, and I told him about this, and I've always gone into the shop, bought clothes and whatnot. So
he's doing well.
Yeah, doing really well.
He's got some names. Look at this. You got Ja Rule in there.
Yeah,
saw Kai Kara France.
Yeah.
Chad Smith from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
He had more people than that as well. So
it's this kind of store is very much like a culture where it's almost like celebrities will go seek out these kind of stores when they go there.
Well, that's what I mean. He's taken over the shoe game in Perth.
Good on him. Yeah, I think one of the guys last time from the last PCR was Trent. He's at Hoops Heaven.
Yep,
I think
Hoops Heaven.
Yeah.
So Logan's brother, who and Isha, they own Fluent. His brother was like 5 years member of freaking Hoops Haven.
Yeah.
So he didn't get a job at Fluent, but he could get a job at Hoops Haven. So.
And you double sponsoring today, mate.
I got.
Tell me about Triple E.
Triple E. Just a bunch of good mates of mine that just supporting the boys' businesses.
Oh, nice.
So they got a auto records in Maddington. Any car that's not working, I just freaking give them a message. There's a tow truck there in 5 minutes. You know?
Busy?
Yeah, busy.
The amount of pranks that are going on at the moment. Every day. Every day we're driving past.
You see a tow truck on Orong Road just sitting there, waiting.
Just waiting for someone to rear end someone.
Isn't that just horrible? Wouldn't the cops go there, mate, and go, stop perpetuating some freaking crashes and go wait for like everybody else.
Oh. Are these your mates you're bagging out?
Yeah. No, they're not the tow truck service, but he's just got the wreckers. But like Triple AC, they just sit on the corner of roads just waiting for a crash to happen. I'm like, come on, guys.
On one hand, I think it's good, and I've seen some of these towies,
well,
so I'm definitely not going to say anything bad about the towies.
Nah, neither.
I'm scared of half of them.
Yeah.
But the towies, you see them sitting in places like along the freeway, and on one hand, you just think, geez, guys, you're hoping for a crash.
Yeah.
But Perth, the good old Perth people, they come through with the goods. They'll crash. They'll always crash.
And the worst part about a crash, especially on the main roads, is that everybody wants to look.
Oh, the rubbernecking.
So there's no actually congestion made, but they make it themselves because they want to have a 50k look at.
And it's usually people going the other way, like it can block both lanes of traffic.
Of course.
People, Jesus. All right, so these boys have been in support of you from the start, haven't they? I did get something I'm going to jump to. I did get the list. I couldn't make it last night. I was trying to get down there.
Yep.
Is that true?
Yeah,
you are the main event.
That's right. Save the best to last, they said.
I think they're just too scared of you getting on the drinks too early, you and the boys.
That's the first thing I said. I said, man, I'm not going to be able to get on the terps till about 12 o'clock at night. The after party only goes to 1:30.
It's trust me, the after party goes till about midday the next day.
Yeah, well, that's when our breakup party is at the pool. So
There's 15 fights.
Yeah,
15.
Yep.
That is going to be a hectic night.
I know.
Main event. That's a bit of an honour.
Yeah, well, I'm the last person to find out about it.
Were you there last night?
Yeah, I was. So I found out the night before. Glenn gave me a message, but Ronnie told me he was fighting me about a month ago. I said, "Come on, Ronnie. We're good mates, you know. We got a lot of mutual mates. We've got the same kind of mindset with a lot of things."
Yeah.
And I said, "No, Ronnie, I don't want to be fighting you, mate."
Yeah.
Like, not because of freaking. Just he's one of the guys I get along with best at the gym, you know.
That's got to be hard.
Yeah, but he's already into it.
Yeah,
he's already putting up some post about how hard he's training and how dedicated he is. And
he's got a bit of height on you.
Nah, half an inch.
Okay.
Yeah,
he'll still milk that for all he can.
Yeah, of course.
And you're on Team Blue.
Yeah,
Jesus.
That's what I mean. So my favourite colour is red. So it's only ironic that I'm on Team Blue.
I was going to say, I
can't even see. I can't even look at red anymore. This can stay here with you.
Glenn, how you going to go? You think with Glenn Austin as a coach?
Yeah, well,
and Chris.
Yeah, Chris is good. Glenn's good. I'm just all about what Glenn stands for. Really, he's a bit rough around the edges and loves the boogie. So that's what I'm about.
He will. I'm pretty sure that they will not teach you, but they will enable you to put the friendship aside for that 6 minutes.
Oh yeah, it's already put aside.
And there's nothing personal. Two good mates can fight.
Yeah. That's what we've come to the agreement. I think, like, we haven't said it to one another, but we all just said we'll shake hands afterwards and get on the piss, you know.
Oh yeah.
And just today, I was meant to fly out today to work. I'm on 2-1 up in Mount Keith, where old Joshy Pryor is. Shout out to him,
Joshy. Co-main event of PCR 9. Put on a performance against Joey Cahill.
Well, if Joey Cahill asked me earlier, I would have told him that's what he's about. I've seen him do that probably about 20 times, the bloke. So
Joey can fight as well.
Well, that's what I mean. Everybody was kind of thinking Joey would. I
thought it was going to be close.
Yeah, get up from him, you know.
Yeah, just outpoint him.
Yeah, but I've seen Joshy have some real rough ones. He's always come out through the top. So yeah,
he's a hard nut, Joshy Pryor.
Volley boy, we all hard.
They were the co-main event. I just want to go on to your co-main event. The guy Wiley Scott against Alex Wright. That's going to be a cracker.
I know. I like Alex's style.
You are already going to go all blue for this, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's great fights from the start.
I didn't realise how well, at the start of the event, Glenn and Nigel kind of said to us that they'll make it as even as possible.
Yeah, they do.
And they do. But you can't see it at the start.
No.
Like you try and look at height and size and all that stuff. It doesn't matter.
No.
They just take you, they put you in a ring, they spar, and they say, oh yeah, he'll do good against him for 6 minutes. Let's put that together. And that's how it goes. But at first, you're just thinking height and weight. Like, I've got 15 kilos on Ronnie at the moment.
What weight do you have to come in at?
I think we're just open class, I think.
Okay.
But I'll probably hopefully get down to like 105, 106 by the time. And Ronnie was cutting weight just in case he had things. So I think he'll be trying to chuck some more.
Oh, yeah, just bulking up. Yeah. That's the easier way to go.
I don't want to have to throw him around, you know.
They do. It's just their experience. They've got between the four of them, including Chris and Craig.
Yep.
They've got that much experience. They can just see stuff that no one else can.
Well, so I was just doing the PCRs for the first 2 weeks. Then I went up to work for a week, and then come back, and I've been doing PTs with Glenn 1-on-1.
Yeah.
And then jumping into the PCR sparring sessions that evening, and just the 3 or 4 tips I've learned off that hour or 45 minutes of 1-on-1 PTing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just slipping through the guards of the boys at sparring, at night, like I've done this my whole life or something like that. Glenn's putting it on for me.
One of the guys did say that to us the other day. He said every single session you learn something.
Yeah.
He said it's not like going to the gym where you just do the same thing over and over again, and you use everything they've taught you.
Yeah. Well, and you don't realise how fast you get better. Like my first session, I couldn't even keep my hands up for the whole hour and 30 minutes, and it was, just pure hours of punches and conditioning and all that stuff. And now I'm like, a bit hungry for it,
It's got to do wonders for your confidence. Not saying that afterwards you're going to go out and look for fights. Definitely not. But
that would be bad.
It's got to do wonders for your confidence, knowing that not just that you can hit, but you can move.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will freeze and just stand there.
Well, that's what me and Ronnie are so good at. Me and him just guard up and stand right in front of our opponents.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting.
That will be.
Yeah.
Main event.
He's got a tight guard, and he's just like me. He just doesn't mind getting punched in the head. So,
how do you reckon you're going to go for the 6 minutes?
Well, that's the only worry. So if, that's all. Glenn's just smashing my cardio the last 10 minutes of all the PTs, just making me crawl out of the gym, which is good.
Yeah. It's a very specific kind of fitness.
That's it. It's just that as hard as you can go for that certain amount of time. But I guess if I start getting too worried about the 6 minutes, I'll just get rid of him in the first minute, eh?
The confidence. The confidence.
That's the plan, but that was my plan from the moment before I even signed up.
What was finish it early?
Was getting into the ring, and no matter who it is, show what I'm about and get it done nice and early, which I've got the capabilities to, but a lot of respect to Ronnie.
Yeah.
Good boxer, knows what he's doing.
It'd be daunting to be looking in, like heading into the third round, thinking I've planned everything to finish him in the first, and then it gets to the third.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't know where Glenn's at with it all, but he's worried that if it gets to the third round, we're going to have to pull something out of our asses. But
I don't believe.
I think it's my fight to lose, to be honest.
I have learnt over the years, now you guys have been separated into the teams, not to believe a word that comes out of anyone's mouth.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you're saying. You're telling me, I don't want to go into the third. You are going to be smashing the cardio. You are going to be so fit.
Well, if that's all I'm worried about, then at least I think it's a lot easier to be to get fitter than it is to be a better boxer.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So I can,
definitely.
Yeah, so that's at least that's in my favour, I guess.
Mm. And
just got to do some rugby sprints and stuff like that back in the heyday.
With just to let you know, with anything you hear in between now and you're only like 24 days out.
Yeah.
That's come around quick. But anything you hear in between now and the event from the red team, anyone involved, just take it as an absolute lie, because they will be playing mind games. They will be telling you people are injured.
Yeah.
You'll be fine, mate.
I'm going to take everything with a pinch of salt anyway.
I see your mates with Wiramu.
Yeah, he's a cousin too. Yeah, so he's the reason why I'm pretty much doing this.
He main event against Fraser Roseblaze Harvey.
Yeah, but do you know the background story to it all?
I do, in the sense of he wasn't able to train that much due to work commitments, and he played rugby on the day prior.
Yeah, so he played the grand final, won that. I would hate to say that he stayed sober after the grand final and come and jumped in the ring dead sober, you know what I mean? So even, no matter what, after a good 80 minutes of a grand final intensity rugby and then get in the ring and do 3 rounds with
Fraser,
big monster like him, you know.
Fraser was a quality boxer. He's a good man, Fraser. He's a very good boxer as well.
Big boy too.
Yeah, that was something else, that fight.
Yeah, I just spoke to Wiramu last night and just told him I was coming in here today, and he was thinking we'll start a family transition, you know, main event to main event to main event. I don't think we've got anybody else in the family that's got their dukes up, you know.
So whereabouts are you from?
In New Zealand?
Yeah.
Hawke's Bay and Gisborne.
Okay.
So, yeah, right where all the floods have been the last couple of months.
You still got family there?
Yeah.
How are they going with the floods?
Yeah, where we're from in Hawke's Bay, that's fine. A couple of people in Gizzy, yeah, nothing too bad. No one's passed away or had too much damages that I know of. So, yeah.
They're all doing well?
Yeah.
And you got plenty of family here, I'm guessing?
Yeah. Like we call it Nati Perth, which is pretty much like, yeah, there's enough of us over here to start our own, you know.
How many of this clan are going to be coming to the evening?
I've only got 20 seats, so
yeah,
that'll do.
That'll be a rowdy bunch. How are they going to be going? Could you imagine them come 11 o'clock when they're calling your name?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I was looking at what room to get and stuff like that, because it's just going to be hard sitting there from 1 or 2 o'clock till 11 o'clock, wouldn't it?
Just getting nervous.
No, not so much that. Just, yeah, maybe some sort of nervous, but yeah, just slowly. I feel like it would go slow.
From when you first walk in the door to the end of the night, I think it's about 7 hours.
Yeah,
it is the quickest 7 hours
yep.
that you can imagine. I just can't believe how much is going on and how well drilled the event is. And there's just fight after fight, and because you're going to be very close to all the people on your team,
yep.
plus a lot of the guys and girls on the other team.
You want to watch.
You're going to want to, and you're going to be invested, and you're just going to go through an absolute roller coaster of emotions as you're waiting for your fight.
Well, I was hoping, I had fingers crossed when I looked at the matchups. Like, obviously, I'm blue biased, and
of course, as all you blue people are.
I was hoping it was come down to 7-7.
7-7.
Or 7 red wins and 7 blue wins by the time it got to me, you know.
It's currently blue are leading by 1 overall.
Yeah, but so Glenn's won the last 3. So they're talking about a 4-peat, and I just thought it's only fitting if it come down to me holding the weight of the world on my shoulders, if you know what I mean.
It came down. I was going to say, because Tracy beat the Fridge last time. I think they were. Aaron Tracy was red team last time. That's right, because blue were 2 up, and then Aaron beat the Fridge and got it up to, I think it was 7-6. Was 7-6?
Yeah.
13 fights. That's right.
Yep.
It's amazing that it has been that close, considering the amount of fights that have been. And I think that comes down to how well they are matched.
And it just comes down to Nigel and Glenn alone. I feel like they're just such on the same page. They're not mentally on the same page. They're 2 different people.
Thank God, imagine 2 of Glenn.
Yeah. But as individuals, they just work well together. Like they know everything about one another, you know.
Yeah.
So they pick it perfectly.
Yeah.
I can't, like, even the fight matchups. I probably got like 3 of the matchups right.
Yeah.
The rest thing, and they're better matchups than what I was thinking in my head. You know what I mean?
They're good. They just want everyone to look after. They want to look after their team. There's no way they're going to feed someone to someone else to lose.
Yeah.
I think anyone can win.
I think, well...
okay, so besides the main event...
Ronnie called me out by the heads of it, so shaking my hand during the day and running me down at night. No. He would never, but yeah. He knew a long time before I did that it was me and him main event.
Okay. Little secrets going on there, Team Red.
He must have a bigger bank balance than me, you know.
Tell me what made you want to be part of this?
So, always been into a tussle or 2, rugby.
Who did you play rugby for?
West Scarborough.
That rugby league?
Yeah, rugby union.
Oh, union?
I played for every possible club possible in rugby league, but West Scarbs for about close to 11 years.
Are you still playing?
No more.
Okay.
Just working now. Actually getting fat and lazy, to be honest. So this is probably the first reason to get my body back in some sort of movement would be this PCR.
Mm-hmm.
And then just like seeing the boys go through it. So Josh Pryor, watched his fight, loved every minute of it. And then Woodamy Pucky, seen his one. And then like Millie O'Dwyer and stuff like that. We grew up together and stuff like that. Yeah, so she's a old school mate from back in the day.
She fought in PCR too.
I know.
I think she was
and she's had something to do with every single one.
Yeah,
since.
She does. Well, I think she does the marketing. Part of the marketing, I think.
Primary school with Pim as well.
Oh, Pim.
Yeah.
Oh, spot on. She's great.
Primary.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in her sister's year.
Okay. Gee, so you connected to a lot of these guys.
So I have been following them. I just never got to an event. But yeah.
You've seen the footage?
Yeah, of course. I've watched every event. You know,
Okay.
watched all the build-ups,
Yeah.
especially last time with Woodamoo.
Yeah.
Followed that closely.
Yeah. The event is something else.
Yeah, I've heard. So when I went to go get my mouth guard done, that was my first kind of experience
Yeah.
from the PCR. So we had our orientation. 2 days later, I was getting my mouth guard fitted, and I gobsmacked, and he was just like,
Rob?
yeah,
He's a good man, isn't he? Great man.
He'd be the best event you've been to, he reckons. You know, it's life-changing.
This one, there's something different about this one.
Yeah.
The other ones have been great, but
Yeah.
something is brewing. I can feel it with the number of seats that are sold.
Yeah.
Has it sold out? It must be close.
Well, it was 80% 3 days after or something like that. 80% sold out.
Jesus.
But I know Glenn keeps a couple in his back pocket for rainy days. So
Just in case.
yeah, rub that bald head and you can get anything out of him, I think.
Hey, this one's going to be great. I can feel with the numbers, with the people I've spoken to and the people I've met. You're definitely going to have a good crowd there and a very vocal crowd.
Yep.
I think as well. So you mentioned, I've got to go back. You mentioned you're from Hawke's Bay in sunny New Zealand, the land of the long white cloud. Do you want to tell us a bit about the upbringing in Hawke's Bay?
Well, I was born here.
In Perth?
Subiaco, yep.
Subi, yep.
Yep. And after a few strenuous years of a pretty rough upbringing, got pushed back there. Mum shipped me on my way back to Hawke's Bay, and it was just a life-changing experience. Stayed with my grandparents, had very little, but had a lot.
Yep.
Had more than enough, but nothing like I was used to, if you know what I mean. Lived on a big 1,100 tree olive farm kind of situation where it was just nothing I'd ever been used to, you know. Where were we living when I moved there? We were living in Beckenham.
Yep.
And, things got too rough for our family over here, so Mum sent me on my way.
But does your mum stay here?
Yeah, Mum still stayed here.
Yeah.
I went back there for about 3 years. And it was just changed me, humbled me, I guess.
Okay.
Didn't realise how much I had in Perth until I went to New Zealand.
Close family? Did you stay with family over there? You said your grandparents?
My grandparents, yeah. So they got a beautiful little spot just out of Hastings called Pucky Pucky. It's only like 60 people there, and there's 6 different families, and you know, 2 maraes and all that kind of stuff. So it's real. For how small it is, it packs a punch. Is what I'm trying to get at.
One thing I have noticed about the Māori culture is the pride that you guys have, and also, I guess, the discipline and the support from family. That's something I've seen. I seem to always speak so highly of family, and I guess how respected the elders are, or the grandparents are.
Did you see the Matatini? It's the kapahaka that the New Zealand do. Just finished not too long ago, and they showed a video of just all the elders. Yeah, and they just all look like mafia mob members, to be honest. Just with the Māori, with the Māori twins, you know. Yeah. And I was just thinking, like, where do all these lords come from? You know what I mean? They look proper classy, man. Proper, real classy men. And it was good to see. But yeah, I get what you mean. My grandfather, who's passed away now, but he by far was the man of the hill. Yeah. He was in Parliament. Still rough as guts around the edges, though. But truly an inspiration, really.
And living with your grandparents over there, how do you think that did change you? You said it humbled you. Yeah, well,
I lived in a very inconsistent life in Perth before I went back. So there's a lot of drugs, alcohol, abuse of all kinds.
How old were you?
8. Jeez. 8 when I left, yeah.
That is very young.
And I can remember it like it was yesterday kind of situation. But yeah, just going back to a life where things were a bit more consistent. There wasn't so much drugs, there wasn't so much alcohol. Food was on the good food. I had to work my ass off, which I didn't really have to do here, you know. They just ride my bike down to the park and pass the rugby ball around was what kind of happened. Back there, you had to go prune olive trees, pick olive trees, cut the grass, pick kumara, and then you'd think of your reward at the end of the day, and it'd be $10 for about 12 years, you know. So, it didn't really, had a lot of, it's like a slap in the face, actually, the first time that happened. But
it's made you who you are now, though.
Yeah, I'm a bit of I wouldn't say a perfect bloke, but definitely a lot better bloke than what I would have been if I didn't have that little snippet back there.
How long were you there for?
3 years.
3 years.
So come back just after I turned 11.
Change man?
Yeah, just got adapted to a different environment of the way I should have been, maybe.
It's still a pretty young age to have to grow up that quick, though.
Yeah, well, I've been light years ahead of all my other cousins for a while now, so I guess it's my own agenda.
Yeah.
It's been quick, that's for sure.
Yeah. How old are you now?
29, just
Okay.
29 on Monday.
Oh, happy birthday, mate.
Thank you.
It's 29, so young.
Yeah.
Okay.
Getting there.
And you work away now, do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you got kids or anything?
No kids.
Okay. Partner?
Yeah, partner. We're good.
How's she go with you working away?
Yeah, she's all right.
She's good?
Yeah, she does her own thing. I do my own thing.
Okay.
Reconvene in the middle.
Is she coming on the night?
Yeah, she'll be there.
Okay. I bet she'll be able to spot her.
Yeah,
she'll be screaming.
She'll be in light blue.
Get rid of that red dress that she had.
Yeah, she's got heaps of red dresses, that's it. I said no red on the night.
When I asked you if you had any boxing experience, you said none in the ring. I'm guessing that means that you've been in the odd tussle or two in the street.
Tussle or 200.
Where is that a Kiwi thing?
Oh, I would love to say yes, but to be honest, I get along with every other culture more than I do my own.
You don't seem an aggressive person.
No, I'm more protective than anything.
Oh, okay.
And I'm a bit of a shit stirrer. So,
okay.
But that's as bad as I get. But like every wise man once said, there's a switch and it goes boom.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely had enough experience to say that I can defend myself.
This main event's just getting better for me.
Yeah.
All right, so you said you're going to have to drop a few kilos to get there.
Yep.
If it's not an open weight division. Is it? Have they got an open one?
I don't know, but I know Ronnie was 98 when we first weighed in. I was 116.
Oh, it's a fair difference.
18 kilos there. Last time he checked, he was 93, and I was 111.
Okay.
So
that is a fair difference there.
Yeah, but so it's even gotten further out now. So we're out to 18 k's now.
Right.
So,
it's a big difference.
Yeah.
Is Ronnie quick?
Yeah, he's quick. He's fit too, so probably everything I'm not. I'm not slow, so that's good. But it'll be a good fight, yeah. He's got a lot of boxing, well, not a lot, but he's definitely had his fair few years of boxing training, and he used to be 110 kilos as well, so he's lost a lot of weight, so good on him.
Oh, nice one. Have you changed up your diet? Still love a good meal?
Yeah, I'd rather train a bit harder and eat what I like. But then again, like I'm staying away from fizzy drinks and off the piss a bit.
Yeah.
I've got to have a beer once a week.
Oh yeah, it's therapeutic,
just one.
mate. Just one, just to wet the whistle.
If you ask anybody else that knows me well, I could usually put a couple of cartons away in a good evening. You know? So that's a big difference. So
I did notice a lot of the fighters this time around are still managing, and there are a few that have sworn off the alcohol for the time.
Yeah.
But there are still a few that just had the occasional beer or the occasional wine.
Yeah,
gotta have
one or two with a pub feed or something like that just does wonders for my mental health more than anything.
Oh,
you know?
that's what it's all about.
Yeah,
mate.
that's it. That's
It's all about. It'd be criminal if you didn't.
That's it.
What's the food like up on site?
It's just what you make of it.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it tastes like cardboard, but then
Is it healthy food?
Yeah, there is, but you got to have your routine around it. You know what I mean? Like you got to get down there early, order yourself some chicken or some fish, and then grab you some salad, and that's as good
It
as
must be.
gets.
It must be hard when you've got the other things on hand.
Well, it's. I'm kind of just a strong believer. What's on the plate, you finish it. You kind of thing, you know.
You got to.
And up there when there's endless,
It's respect.
eat the rest of your plate up is what I remember getting drilled into me as a kid. So, but just the abundance of food up there, you know what I mean. I'd like to see how much food they go through and waste a year. It'd be phenomenal.
Just with guys not finishing their plates.
Yeah, because you just see and then just how much they'd throw out at the end of the night, you know.
Yeah. That's all right, mate. Just pepper it and deep fry it. That's tomorrow night's dinner, isn't it?
You'd be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, you know.
Yeah. Have you noticed any mental changes since you've actually started training? Or now you've got this focal point?
Yeah. I'm just focused. I'm just...
you seem quite calm.
Yeah, that's... I just... Maybe me being calm is me focused. I think I'm a bit of a...
That's a bad thing.
Yeah, a bit of a larrikin otherwise, you know, a bit loud, always cracking a joke, always talking crap.
Yeah. You feeling better, though?
Yeah.
You're in a good headspace?
Yeah, beautiful.
Oh, nice.
Really good, actually.
Any nerves or anything?
I guess I'm just anxious about my own expectations on myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know everyone's going in there to win, but and I've said it God knows how many times, but the fact that you're actually getting in the ring for a fight.
Yeah, it's a different story, eh?
Oh no, I just hope that you realise what an achievement that is.
Yeah, well that's what everybody so far has kind of said. It's just getting there's the golden ticket.
It is.
It just doesn't fit well with me, you know what I mean? It feels like that's halfway.
It is, but you think of how many people... I mean, I've thought about doing this.
Yeah.
I've thought about it. I'm all talk. There's no way I'm getting in that ring. But
Get Brad. You and Brad.
Oh, imagine that. I hope someone calls me out as well. Imagine that. That idiot doing the podcast, I'm calling you out.
Yeah.
I'm like, mate, just calm down.
There's some funny ones last night when we did the matchups.
Yeah.
Some good ones.
I have seen some of the videos on because I was trying to I couldn't get down there last night. I was trying to watch some of the Instagram reels with some of the matchups, but they encourage a bit of shit talk with each other. Don't
Have
they?
you not met Glenn?
Unfortunately, I have.
He was posting on the group chat if you need any help with your shit talking.
Oh,
message me or Brezzey. You know, I was like, that's the way.
I did see that. Have you gone? Has he started up these blue team chat groups?
Yeah, just got the
that
blue
is
team.
something else.
Yeah, it's
The trash talk that goes on.
he
in
just
those
starts
things.
it.
And
I'm right there. I'm his little like Batman and Robin. You know what I mean? Like I love it too, but it's just something. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning, and he's talking about one of the blokes having premature ejaculation, and that's why he won't be like here today or whatnot like that. And it's just like no one's safe. You know what I mean?
Those two coaches are so focused. Well, not so there's those 4 coaches, because you've got Craig Wilson and Chris Jurry in there now. They are so focused on this event.
Yeah,
I don't think people realise how invested those guys get.
of course.
That's something, and I've said it before, is because you are fighting late, have a watch of the coaches in the corner. If you want to have a good laugh, you have a look at those two.
Yeah.
And you think that they're not in the ring fighting as well.
Well, they've got an admirable friendship between the 4 of them as well.
Oh, yeah.
Especially Glenn and Nige. They're hilarious together.
Those two have been mates for God knows how long.
a lot longer than I've been alive, I reckon.
Those two, and they just talk shit to each other the whole time.
And they know each other, and they're complete opposites. Like, Glenn's just so laid back, and Nigel's a bit more of a businessman, you know.
Oh, it is all business.
It's like it's a bit more important to him than it is to Glenn, you know. But I know it's equally important, but if you would just take it off face value.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, training starts at 6:45. Glenn will be there at 6:46. You know what I mean? Nigel's there at 6:30.
It's amazing those two are friends.
Yeah,
because they are the complete opposite, aren't they?
And I feel like they'd butt heads.
Oh, I can imagine. And
they
Nigel
just deal with it so well. I feel like they're still friends after this time.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this amount of time. Sorry.
Nigel's sister's fighting in this one.
Yeah, she's got
Jenna Greer. That is going to be. Where is that on the card? Have I got
midway.
It in
have to be midway.
Casey Groves against Jenna Greer. There we go. Fight 6.
Yep.
That's. There's about 3 or 4 fights here. I'm extremely excited about. Of course, the main event. That's what everyone's there for.
Yeah, that's it.
The Wiley Scott, the co-main. Casey Groves against Jenna Greer. That's going to be a classic.
Well, I actually said to Jenna, I said, that'd be a good fight for her. Jenna's a weapon.
Those two.
Yeah, and she's a weapon too, yep.
I think you've had some excellent female fighters prior to this. Like you've got your Jackie Toths, you've got Josie. Those two fought each other.
Yep.
Millie, great fighter. And through all of them, there's been some... But I think these two are probably two of the most savage fighters I've seen.
Yeah, I've sparred with both of them. Just
they're fearless, like sparring guys, girls.
And yeah, they don't mind it. They don't hold back either.
Nah.
Some of the girls are a bit timid on punching another guy in the face, like I'm just going to bomb them back or something like that. But
they don't care.
Yeah, they don't care, those two.
I did see Jenna in there sparring when I first came down. I think it was week 2.
Yeah.
And I saw Jenna just step straight in there, spar anyone.
Yeah.
I was thinking, geez, the confidence of this girl's incredible.
She loves it.
And Casey's obviously got 20-odd years of sparring.
Yeah.
Nigel.
Some pillows over some toys or something like that, you know.
Taff against Drew McLaren's going to be good.
Yep.
Taff's got a chin. Holy dooly.
Yep.
I saw him get, I was just going to say, king hit, and he took it like a champ.
Yeah, I've had some good little spars with Taff as well.
He's a good man. Wouldn't come in here. Thanks, Taff. I'd love to sit down and chat to you, but that's fine.
Yeah, it's all right. Too cool there.
So prior to this, you should get back on this piece here. So prior to this, obviously training is going to be, you've obviously finished rugby. It's going to be kind of a tough gig to slot in a regular training with your work with the Flying Fight. How's it going from, what was your training routine like prior to this?
Insignificant.
Zero? Just bicep curls of the burgers and beers?
No shit.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
How long's that been for?
3 years. 3 steady years of just being pretty much a alcoholic in the nicest terms, and I'm no bullshit about it. Very thorough at it.
Any you must have that many years of rugby, and there must be like muscle memory that brings it back pretty quick.
Yeah, so I've had a couple of years of just Muay Thai and boxing, but it was all just cardio based. It wasn't ever skill based or to get me ready to get into a ring.
Yeah.
So I'm still not back to when I was at my fittest with the old boxing and pad sessions and how hard I was hitting them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But definitely nearly there. And I just feel like once I lose a couple more kilos, power stays there.
It'll all come together.
Any
injuries?
Nah, I'm pretty. I had a meniscus scare when I was about 19. That was about it. I've been invincible otherwise.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Living the dream, mate.
Yeah, lucky.
That's great. It's good to get through that through injuries. From what I hear, a lot of the injuries that some of the fighters get here, especially in the guys with wrist injuries, due to them hitting the bag with the wrong technique.
and not putting your wraps on properly, I guess, as well.
And you guys were sparring early as well, weren't you?
Yeah.
From day one. Well, not day one, probably day two.
Day two, yeah. That's the best. Yeah, it's my favourite part of
the sparring.
Yeah.
That's where you're going to get. That's where you're going to get fit. Like really.
Oh, you just realise how because they try and get you to spar for 2 minutes, you know.
Yeah.
And at the start there, you'd get a minute, maybe a minute and a half in. But the thing with sparring is, you're always meant to leave some in the tank.
Yeah.
But it's kind of hard if they're not leaving any in the tank as well, you know. I'm the first person to turn it up a little notch. Nigel's already given me a growling.
It must be hard to only spar at 80. You know how they say just spar at 80%.
Yeah.
It's got to be hard to hold back.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to obviously hurt your opponent, or especially in this training. Oh, jeez. Especially in this kind of environment before you're broken off into the teams. But it was good that they got you in there straight away, because that really would have separated the people who want to be there and who don't want to be there.
Yep. And people that like getting punched and people that don't like getting punched.
No, I don't.
That's the first thing I noticed. Oh, mate, I love it. Yeah. I'm bred for it. I got the nose for it.
You are enjoying this far too much. What do your family and friends think about you doing this?
Oh, they're just
supportive?
Yeah. But also kind of, I don't know, thinking that it's all surreal, I guess. Like, until that night and they see me up there with my ready to go, I feel like they're all just going to be like, yeah.
So this is something that they wouldn't expect you to actually do?
No.
Not in a controlled manner, maybe?
Yeah. Well, I think it's more the fact that they might just see me drop the ball at the finish line, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But not this time.
No. I don't think Glenn and Chris would let you.
Nah.
I think they're going to...
Well, so the scenario was that this morning, I was meant to fly out to work this morning, but I only found out last night. So I called them up and I said, I'm not meant to be flying out till the 5th of April.
Yeah. And
then I called Glenn, and Glenn messaged me back and said, you got to make a living, but I want you here.
Yeah.
So I called them back and said, I need till the 26th of April off.
So you're off from now till then? Oh, you are focused.
I've only done 1 week of work in the whole 8 weeks.
So you are really switched on.
Yeah.
I think it's easy for people to say, just...
I've got no excuses. That's the thing.
Well, I think the fact that you have opted to have that time off work, that's a good thing. It's so easy for me to say, just have time off work and focus. But that is a serious commitment for you to not go to work and to stay here. And this is going to be on your mind for the next 24, 25 days.
Yeah. And I just said to them, is it going to affect my position at the company if I was to have, the next 4 weeks off?
Mm.
And they're like, no, it's all good. We just rather you come back when this is all done and just be ready to work instead of coming up here with your mind on something else. And I said, thank you. So it's
good.
That's pretty much, yeah.
Can I ask who you work for?
West Force Construction. So, I told them about it when I went in. I said in 10, 12 weeks, I'm got a boxing match, so that's my priority at the moment, not so much fly out work and all that kind of stuff. So
that's good that they've showed you that level of respect.
Yeah, I think they just couldn't be stuffed dealing with giving me a flight on this time and this day. They're just like, just have it off, mate.
Mate, I'm here talking up your employers, saying what a great, respectful job they've done, and you're saying, no, they can't be stuffed.
Well, that because I kind of asked for just a week back so I could just get a bit more money before the event and stuff like that. And they said, it's just too hard for us kind of thing. And I said, sweet as, I'll just have the time off, which is best case scenario for me. Your
training is going to ramp up to a point. I'm not too sure people are ready for what it's going to do.
Well, Glenn said to me on my way here, he goes, tonight's a good session, heavy. I said, murder me. So I said to him, so he was like, he just liked it and said, see you then.
You said that to Glenn?
Yeah.
His famous last words there.
Yeah, that's it.
He loves it. He loves it when, same as Nigel's, when the fighters really commit to it.
Yep.
And he can see it. I reckon he can see it Because he was giving me, or Nige was giving me a brief rundown on a lot of you guys and girls on that first night, second week when I first came down. And he's right. Because a lot of those people he told me about have been in here and I've spoken to them. And he's picked this up from 1 or 2. Yeah. Oh, I can't believe I'm complimenting Nigel now. It makes me sick. With my cufflinks.
Yeah.
I gotta get these out again. Hey, if you can find some blue ones, I'll wear blue ones.
Yep.
No, I won't. Team red, me, all day. So you mentioned your friends. How your family going with this as well? Do you reckon they're a bit nervous for you?
Oh, my sister's excited.
She going to be there?
Yeah.
What's your sister's name?
Stacey.
Stace. I'll keep an eye out for you, Stace. Yeah. Come and say hello.
She's into her boxing. We did a little cardio session before I come here, just like 10 rounds of 1 minute on, 30 seconds off, as much as you can do boxing. You know?
Yeah, that's a lot.
She's a PT at gym in Forestfield Prime.
Okay.
Prime Fitness.
Okay.
She just does some classes down there in her spare time of being a mother of 3. Yeah.
Busy lady.
I said to her, "What's she up to?" I said to her when she had her first kid, I said, "No, don't do it." You know.
How old is she?
She's 35 in December.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those Kiwi women, mate, though.
She's an Aussie.
Oh, okay.
She's an Aussie.
Don't try to tell them what to do, mate. I'm staying out of it.
She's definitely the grumpiest in the family.
All right, mate. You've obviously focused a fair bit on your training. You sound committed. You sound relaxed, but also very aware of what this night is going to involve. Most important part, you know what it is, don't you? The most important part of the evening?
Yep.
Tell me, what is the most important part of the evening?
Walkout song.
Walkout song. You even sent this through to me, even when I said, don't send this through to me.
Yeah.
You go, oh, yeah, sure, Brad, here it is. This song, the funny thing is, I hadn't heard this song before. And I think I'm up to date with my music. But this song has had 451 million views and I hadn't heard it. Tell me, what made you pick 50 Cent, Many Men? Hang on, let's do a little bit of it first. Come on, let's get into this. I'm definitely going to get done for copyright here, man. Many Men by 50 Cent. Tell me the story behind the Wish Death dirty version of 50 Cent's Many Men. It's a great song, by the way.
Oh, I've listened to it many times on the piss and whatnot, and it kind of seems to get me G'd up. So
you'd know every word to this song, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I don't know how it would come out of my mouth, but I'd think I like to say I'd know every word to it. Yeah, I've listened to it probably 51 million times of that 400.
Oh, so this is your pump. This is your go-to song, is it?
Yeah, and it's just if you listen to the lyrics, it's a bit
reflective of your life.
Reflective of the life, and just it's like everybody's trying to get at him. Yeah, and yeah.
So everyone's trying to hold you down, but nothing's going to stop.
That's it.
Nothing's going to stop you, main event.
I literally, I was in two minds about a couple of songs, and this was my first song I picked, and then other people were trying to steer me elsewhere, and I was just like, nah, I'm sticking with it. Ja Rule? You should have got your mate to he could have recorded an intro for you while he was in Fluent there. Yeah, I know.
How good would that have been?
Of course. Jeez. And I've got a couple mates that are up and coming rappers in Perth too. I've got them to give them a shout out.
Who are they?
Got Shadow, Prophet, Nitty. Just 3 little rapper mates that I grew up with that are doing pretty well in the music game at the moment.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice. And your nickname, mate, finally. What do we got here? The Hitman.
Yeah. Passed down, actually.
Who's that from?
My dad. Well, that was his nickname in rugby league.
The Hitman?
Yeah.
That can mean two things. Is he known as the flatline people or something?
Well, he was just a good little league player, but he was just
just a hard nut?
Yeah, just a hard nut. don't quote me, but I think he's got the longest ever standing suspension in WA Rugby League, still to this day.
How long?
4.5 years.
4.5 years. What did he do? Stab the ref?
He come through the ruck and hit uppercut some guy. This was 30 years ago. This is when it was all on then.
Different.
And he cracked the back of the guy's skull and then knocked out the ref or something like that. But he got dealt with, and that was the end of his rugby career. Out come my sister. That was the kind of same scenario.
Oh, that's a serious...
Yeah, so I go play... That's why I kind of stay away from rugby league, because everybody knows who I am.
Yeah.
And I don't know who they are.
Oh,
but
so
they just know my dad, and they're just like, oh, hey, mate.
Oh, okay. So you think maybe there's some of these guys trying to... Because they can't get back at the original Hitman, they're going to target the son.
I feel like I was 10 times worse than him anyway. I just never used to punch anyone like he did.
Well, that's about it, mate. Anything you want to add before we wrap this up?
Just quickly, thank my sponsors, Fluent. Triple E Auto Wreckers, Maddington.
Maddington's best auto wreckers, Triple E. Call them on 0470 525 838.
And obviously the coaching staff, Nige, Craig, Chiari, and Glenn.
They do a great job down there.
Yeah.
They are invested in you guys.
That's it.
Mate, I want to thank you very much for coming in. It's been an honour to share this room with the main event for the upcoming Perth Corporate Rumble number 10. Gobsmacked Perth Corporate Rumble number 10, which is only 24 days away. But, mate, I want to wish you all the best for the fight. Hopefully you can keep the blue tradition alive with you, Wiramu, and Joshy Pry there.
That's it.
Bring the belt home.
Yep.
Mate, all the best for the fight, and I look forward to having some celebration drinks with you, probably about 11:30 on the evening.
Yeah, that's it.
Thanks, buddy, and Cheers. I'll chat to you soon.
Thank you.